Simple yet effective wrist technique that will save your game. And a lot of us already know how to get it up to the top and to get it to the middle, but a lot of us don't know really what to do from here. Like, they just don't want to teach us. And that's why I made it my mission to learn how to truly release the club. And after years of trying to shallow the club and bring it down like a chain, I finally realized the real mistake that golfers make. And that is, they don't hit it like a ping pong paddle. And what I mean by that is they bring it up to the top, they come back down, and we all know it. You know, we get to this area here, but no one ever wants to teach what happens next. This is going to blow your mind. Instead of bringing it down like this and, you know, coming down kind of like you're swinging an axe and then rolling the club, what you can do is bring it up to the top, come back down like that position that we all know so well, and then all you do is just turn those hands in. Now, I know what you're thinking, oh, that's going to cause a major hook, but it's not. If you get it into the rhythm where you're just freely doing this, you're going to slam some balls. And once you get this technique down, it will just change your game. It's definitely changed mine, that's for sure. Now, one would say that this would cause a scoop, or to flip the club, or to cast the club. But the reason why I'm teaching this principle isn't so you can obviously hit a hook, but that you'll start moving your hands in the right direction. Again, that's moving your hands in the right direction. Because a lot of people, we don't really do that. See, a lot of people will get to the top of this swing, and instead of coming down and feeling that motion of kind of like throwing a tennis racket through the ball, they're coming down with this compensation that I see quite often, where it falls like this. And then the club face is open on impact. And a lot of people don't even know they're doing this, but you see it so much, and that's a huge slice that is a result of that. But when you start to learn this principle, you'll start to see a lot more draws. But Tulsa, you got to keep your hands in front of the ball at impact. Yeah, you got to keep your hands in front of the ball at impact. But if you don't know how to close the club face, it doesn't matter. Now, coming from a different view here, you can kind of see where this plane is headed. So, you know, you come up to the ball, you know, take it back like you normally do here. And when you get down to this position, like the position we all know so well, like I was saying there, what it's going to feel like is it's going to be like coming through it. So it's no bringing it down kind of like this, no rolling. It's just, that's very inconsistent. And, you know, if you're like me, I don't have a lot of time for practice. But when you do this, oh my goodness, it just completely changes your game. You just really see that plane right here. And just keep doing that, you know, just get in the rhythm of where that wrist is supposed to be in impact. And here's a bit of a back view of what's really happening here. So you can like see the back of my hand right here. So you're going to feel that preset kind of position that some people teach. Bring it up here, make sure that's nice and tucked in here. And then when you're coming back through that shallower plane, you're going to feel this tension here. And that's really the tension you really want to feel, is this tendon or muscle. You want to feel that tension. It feels like it just wants to snap, release through that ball. Another great way to feel this position that I'm talking about is to just take the club, point it up in the sky like this, bring it down around here, and just feel like you're just sweeping across. Now, when you get really good at this, you know, with this great power, there's a lot of responsibility you have to have with this. So you don't want to get to the point where you're casting, but you want to just feel that freedom of that motion. And then you can kind of work it down here. And you'll just feel that motion the whole way down and through the ball. You know, like I was saying earlier here, there's none of this. Like, I did this for years. This feeling of, you know, it feels powerful. You feel like you're getting a lot of power, but if you look here, turn here, the club face is open. You know, that's not giving you any power. It's in fact going to minimize your power, because that's just going to slice the ball. But you feel that nice tension on the way down. I mean, your club face doesn't even have to be like fully closed. It can be a little open, but you feel that tension on that back hand, and then you just simply close it. It's like you're taking a ping pong paddle or a tennis racket, and you're just swinging through. So just really work on that. And I promise, like, if you're doing it right, it's going to change your swing. It really will. Now, I know a lot of you are worried about flipping the club, you know, flipping it over from this side to this side. I totally understand that. We definitely don't want any flipping happening, but if you get really adjusted to this technique, this feeling here, you're going to naturally start to level out, and you're going to feel more of this kind of compressed motion, the club kind of compressing through the ball. And then you're not going to flip it naturally, of course, because then you'll just hook it. So just get this feeling down first, and get out there and hit some balls. And when you do that, what I would do is I would take the club back around, well, like quarter, halfway, and then lightly come through. So again, take it back halfway. All right, and one last tip. So when your body gets more acquainted with this swing, it's going to get a lot stronger in this wrist. And we don't want to get to the point where we cast the club. So when you get more acquainted with this motion, and you're starting to see the ball drawing a lot more, what you're going to try and work on next is keeping the hands behind the ball, or I'm sorry, in front of the ball. And when you keep the hands in front of the ball, what this is going to do is cause a lot more power and a lot more compression. So line up to the ball, just like this here. And just like last time, we're going to take it around halfway to a quarter. And then more, what we're going to do more is we're going to drive the body through the ball while partially closing the club face. So let's just line up here. So another view here, what you're going to do is take it back just like you normally did there. And what you're going to do is feel that back hip moving. So the club is going to be a lot more like a tennis racket, but instead of just using the hands to flip the club through, what we're going to do is incorporate the body, so the body and the hands are in harmony together. So what you're going to feel is that same tension, but you're not going to release those hands as hard, and you're going to use more of the bottom half of your body and even partially the top half. All right, guys, I hope you found this video encouraging. I think everyone should be able to play the game of golf and not be worried about a slice or a hook. Just love your swing, and I'll see you next time.